G'day folks, I'm Gazza the Green and welcome back to my little patch of the Shire. Here, things don't move fast, unless it's a duck chasing a bug. This week we're talking about a principle that's the backbone of long-term resilience in any permaculture system. Use small and slow solutions. In Permaculture, a designer's manual, Bill Mollison reminds us that sustainable systems are built on patience, observation, and appropriate scale. Fast solutions often mean fast problems. The bigger the machine, the bigger the mistake. This principle teaches us to design for stability, to start at a scale we can manage, and allow complexity to emerge naturally as we observe, adapt, and grow. Small and slow solutions are easier to maintain, are more adaptable to change, require fewer external inputs, and allow feedback loops to operate safely. Think about it this way: a small dam is easier to repair than a big one. A modest garden gives you feedback you can act on. A living hedge might take a few years to fill out, but once it's there, it feeds birds, blocks wind, and fixes nitrogen. Unlike a timber fence that starts falling apart as soon as the termites move in. In permaculture terms, we avoid high-speed, high-energy solutions that often override natural rhythms. Instead, we build with the land, not over it. I've had this property for about 25 years, and for a long while I thought I was doing the right thing. Planting gardens all over the place, setting up patches wherever the space looked good. But to be honest, most of it was hard work and not a lot of yield. In summer, I'd be trudging around with a hose trying to water scattered veggie beds that were copping full sun with no shade or mulch. I didn't yet understand why things weren't working, only that they weren't. It wasn't until I did my permaculture design course that things started to click. That's when I truly grasped the principle of small and slow solutions. And once I did, everything changed. I stopped trying to tackle the whole block at once and instead started designing one small area at a time. I'd get that space sorted, figure out what worked, and only then moved on to the next. That approach made it more manageable and actually enjoyable. I started with a spiral herb garden, just 1.5 meters wide, tucked right near the house. Everything was easy to access, easy to maintain, and I actually used the herbs because they were right there. Then I built a kitchen garden close to the back door. Again, no more wandering all over the place with watering cans. I brought in a bobcat and an excavator to cut 3 big swales and hand dug 3 more mini ones in the orchard. I planted a food forest on the swales, built trellises, compost systems, banana circles, and too many little projects to list. But here's the key. Every one of those systems worked because I designed them slowly with intention and never took on more than I could manage. Now, 2 years down the track, things are thriving, not because I worked harder, but because I finally worked with the land and not against it. If there's anywhere in fiction that understood the power of small and slow, it's the Hobbits in the Shire. Hobbits didn't rush things. They took their time, growing their gardens by hand, brewing their ales with care, and building lives that favoured comfort, connection, and good soil underfoot. They didn't live fast, and they certainly didn't chase efficiency. They valued what lasted. You wouldn't find them tearing out a veggie patch to install a fancy hydroponic unit. No, they'd be more likely to expand the garden one bed at a time than sit down for a second breakfast. The layout of a hobbit hole wasn't planned by architects with blueprints. It was shaped over time as the family grew, as storage was needed, as another pantry was dug for extra jars of preserves. It was designed by a rhythm, not rush. Even their gardening style, herbs near the door, veggie beds close to the kitchen, chickens roaming between the fruit trees, it all reflected a lifestyle built on observation, routine, and thoughtful placement. They knew instinctively that when you build slowly and simply, you build something worth keeping. Even the elves, for all their splendour, built their cities slowly, in tune with the forest and the seasons, not in defiance of them. In Middle-earth, speed often led to folly. Saruman industrialised Isengard overnight, and look where that got him. So, what does it mean for us? It means you don't need to build the whole system at once. Start with one bed, one compost bin, one rain barrel. Learn from it, live with it, and let your design grow organically, like a good root system. Remember, small and slow solutions aren't about being lazy, they're about being wise. They honour the land's timing, not just our own impatience. So take your time, plant your seeds, and let the slow magic do its thing. Until next time, may your mulch be deep, your plans flexible, and your pumpkins patient.